Yeah, those of you that know me personally know you must have known or knew that I was definitely going to talk about this movie. Like this thing still holds up so many years later. It's still amazing. This was 1991 or 92 around that time, you know. It's still good, you know. Man, what a great film. So with that being said, let's talk T2. Can we talk T2? Let's talk T2. So T2 or Terminator 2 Judgment Day is a 1991 science fiction action blockbuster. Like, holy crap, is this movie great? It stars Arnold Schwarzenegger reprising his role as a Terminator, Linda Hamilton reprising her role as Sarah Connor. But it also stars, in his first film debut, Edward Furlong as John Connor. Man, such potential, but yeah, that's for a video in itself. And it stars Robert Patrick as the T-1000 or Terminator 1000, as the villain T-1000. Geez, where do I start here? The action is superb. The music is really captivating. The special effects, again, for being back in 1991, 92, huh? Like that scene where the T-1000 walks through the bars, like his face through the bars, still is awesome to me. I remember the first time I watched this movie, it blew my mind. I still watch it regularly from time to time. It's one of my favorite movies, period. I mean, I love the first Terminator, this one too. Like, the first two are perfect. I don't go past that. But yeah, like, just everything about it is good, honestly. Spoilers for those who haven't seen it. So in this movie, the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, has been reprogrammed by a future John Connor to be sent back into the past to protect John Connor as a child from the T-1000. Yeah, freaking Skynet is still trying to cause shit in this one. Um, I love the dynamic of this one, because in the first one is definitely more of a darker film than the slasher thing. It's definitely a much more darker film than the second one, way more. But it's still really good for what it is. It's very predator like, because think about it. Kyle Reese was human, sent to to protect Sarah Connor. The Terminator grabs him and just punches him, and that's it. It's over. But in this one, the Terminator is a machine, a cyborg, and he can defend. Like, he can fight off the T-1000, which is a liquid metal Terminator, which is again impressive. So you get to see these two Terminators go, hand in hand combat, and throw each other around and shoot the hell out of each other, which is awesome. But you can definitely tell this one they try to make it more. How do I say? I don't want to say family friendly. Although I did watch it as a kid, and I do remember there were Terminator 2 toys for kids. So, in a way, kind of, they made it more inclusive than the first one. It has a lot of action scenes, but it's not as violent. Well, no, that's not a good way to look at it either. It's not as bloody as the first one. 'Cause in the first one, he's going around just slaughtering people, like when he punches that dude through the freaking stomach. Jesus. But in this one, like, I'm not saying they don't kill people in this one, but like the Terminator shoots, is programmed by John Connor to shoot people in the legs, and he like throws people through things and everything. So you're not gonna die, but there are some death scenes, like where the T-1000 turns his whole arm into a blade. It just goes right into the dude's face. Like, holy crap, that, ouch, what a way to go. Um, and whatnot, where the T-1000 shoots like that needle thing through the dude's face. Oh, and see, nowadays they would just use CG or green screen for that, but back then, no, those two cops you see, they're twin brothers. Yeah, twins. And they just, it's cool. Like when the T-1000 comes up from the ground, it's like a weird kind of liquidy thing. It's an awesome movie. Sarah Connor. Sarah Connor is a fucking badass in this movie. She comes back, Linda Hamilton, as just a beast. Like, she is jacked, shredded, like totally fearless. Totally fearless. Like, I like when the T-1000 confronts her, freaking stabs her through the shoulder blade, and just, she's just holding it. The T-1000 is like telling her, like, call John. And I love how she's trying to threaten her. And she just stares right into the T-1000's eyes. She's like, fuck you. I'm like, damn, that's a woman. She's a badass character in this one, because in the first one, you hear about how she trains John and how she grows to be, how she was his tough woman herself that turned John Connor into what, the future leader of the resistance. But in this one, you really get to see like, oh, so that's who trained John. Like that's how it makes sense. The pros of this movie: the acting is top notch, the storytelling is top notch, the action is fantastic, the music is really good, the set pieces, everything. Like it's fucking fantastic. Literally, it really is. Um, the villain is just memorable as all hell. I mean, the villain was memorable in the first one, the Terminator, but in this one, the T-1000, damn, you almost wonder which one do you like more. Um, just everything. It closes the book to the Terminator series perfect. If there was ever a series that did not need to be a franchise, it was the Terminator. With 1 and 2, perfect storybook telling, like storytelling, beginning, middle, end, the end. It did not need anything else. Cons of this movie. Cons. There's an ending. Like it ends. I wish it didn't. Like when I'm watching it sucks because it ends because you're like, damn it, it's so good. But no, that can't really be a con. Um, trying to think if there's any cons. I think the only one I can find is in the middle of the movie where they go into like the desert area or whatever. It kind of slows down right there, a little bit. But at the same time, I get it. Much like my Ninja Turtles review, how when they go on the farm, it kind of slows down. But looking at it, it makes sense because it builds the characters up. It's helping us get to know the characters more. It shows us a side of them that it shows the turtles being defeated. As in this one, it shows John and the Terminator growing a bond together. So in a way, I get it. It slows down considering the whole first beginning of the first half of the movie is just so much going on. It's just so high. And it's not like it drops. It goes up and then it just plateaus. It just stays like this until that ending where it just knocks it out of the park again, And I get it. Most films do that. That middle part's kind of always the part where it kind of slows down a little bit. But I get it, It's to help build that bridge that connects you from the middle. I mean, from the beginning to the end. It's that middle part. Great storytelling, beginning, middle, and end. So Terminator 2 Judgment Day. What do I give it? 5 out of 5. Like, is there a doubt? Like, is there a question? Like, no. It's 5 out of 5. I give it 10 out of 10. I would, but no. Just like the first one, it's 5 out of 5. It's still good to this day. 2024. At the time of this video, anyways. It's still good. There's nothing wrong with it. It is such an amazing movie, and it has a lot of classic lines. I mean, yeah, of course, you got the "Hasta la vista, baby." Come on. But there's a lot of scenes that are just great. Like one that I still use in my everyday today life is when the Terminator shoots the security guard in the knees. The guy's like them screaming in pain, and he just looks at John Connor. He's like, "You'll live." I love that shit. Or even that small little scene where like the doctor goes and knocks on the door, and he looks at Sarah Connor. He's like, "Hi, Sarah," and then she's like, "Good morning, doctor." And he's like, "How's the knee?" And he just looks at the other doctors, is like, "She stabbed me in my kneecap about a week ago." This thing is amazing. It's a great freaking film. I highly recommend you check it out. Honestly, if you haven't, seriously, like you really should. So Terminator 2 Judgment Day, have you seen it? If you have, let me know in the comments below what you think. What's your favorite scene? What's your favorite part? Who's your favorite character in the film? Let me know what you think about it. Do you agree with my take on it, or am I hyping it too much an old movie? You know what I mean? And if you haven't seen it, go watch it now. Like, what are you waiting for? So I want to thank you guys once again for checking out this review. As always, please share this video with a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend, and if you need a friend, I'm always here. You can come over, we can watch Terminator 2 together, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And as always, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Those who like and subscribe, and if you haven't subscribed, come on, man, just the little button. I mean, you obviously got this far in the video, and you keep coming back. Why don't you just hit the subscribe? Might as well. Come on. And just check out the rest of the videos out there, and please go check out Terminator 2. All right? Both of them, 1 and 2. Trust me, you won't regret it. As always, George Elias here, occasional YouTuber and your friend. I'll see you guys next time. Hasta la vista, baby.